Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Freddy checking in with you. This morning I weighed in at 164 pounds, down from 198 pounds on this carnivore diet. That is over 30 pounds gone. Things are going well, and today I just want to break down exactly what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and why I believe tracking calories is going to be the missing link for so many people stuck on their weight loss journey. Alright, so first off, let's get started. How am I feeling at this stage? Honestly, guys, I feel a lot lighter. My inflammation is way down. My skin is clear. My sleep is deeper. And my digestion has improved significantly. All right? My bowel movements are regular again. I know that's really weird, but a lot of people experience irregular bowel movements, including myself, on the beginning of this diet. But they are completely back to normal. Even my thirst is stabilizing. You know, you can get pretty damn thirsty while you're losing weight in a caloric deficit, but also especially on this carnivore diet because you're flushing out more electrolytes than you would, I guess, on a higher carbohydrate diet, even in a deficit, right? So my thirst is starting to stabilize now. Now, don't get me wrong, I do feel tired here and there. That's expected when you're in a caloric deficit, but this is temporary, guys. This deficit isn't supposed to be forever. It's just until you reach your goal weight. But the changes I'm experiencing right now are making it all totally worth it, all right? But I am getting asked a lot, how are you losing the weight so fast? And I'm going to give it to you straight. I know there's a lot of comments in the comment section on my videos, and there's a lot of influencers out there that are saying different things, okay? I am tracking my calories, all right? There's a lot of voices out there saying you don't need to track. And sure, technically you don't have to track, but I built a lot of muscle. I've cut down to single-digit body fat in the past with my competing in bodybuilding shows as a natural, okay? None of that in the comment section. And every single time I've tracked calories, even with my clients as a personal trainer. I am a professional when it comes to weight loss, all right? So right now I am using my MyFitnessPal on my iPhone. I do recommend that if you guys are tracking. Find a calorie counter of some sort, but my MyFitnessPal really works well. I even have logs that I can follow from like way back years ago when I was competing. It's kind of cool that those logs stay in there. But my daily calories right now, they're around 1,750 to 1,800 calories based on my stats, all right? Those are my stats, guys. Keep in mind, everyone's going to be a little bit different, okay, depending on their activity level and where they're starting and how much weight they're looking to lose. But the principle stays the same here. Weight loss and weight gain comes down to calories in versus calories out. All right, you can get all technical and say, well, you can't accurately measure how many calories you're burning per day. I get that. All right, I get that. But we can get a little bit of a range, all right? And you can play around with it. And when you step on the scale every week and you start seeing it come down, okay, that's we're ballparking here, but that's right around your range, all right? So I would rather do that than play the guessing game, all right, and stay in some sort of plateau. I would rather that because we have the tools to be able to get closer, why not utilize the tools? You know, kind of like AI. Look at AI. We got ChatGPT and all this kind of stuff coming out here. You either jump on board or get left behind. All right, make things easier for yourself. It's more efficient. It's just one of those things. All right, it's one of those things. Why not utilize the tools if we have them there, and stop playing the guessing game. All right, guys, it's definitely going to help. I promise you. All right, but why carnivore? You know, if you can get into a caloric deficit and still eat carbs and still lose weight, why am I choosing carnivore? Well, I'm going to tell you why. All right, this process is just making it a lot easier for me. It's keeping my fats higher, which is supporting my hormones and keeping my sex drive from completely tanking. I've noticed that. Because I've done both, and for some strange reason, you know, staying on this carnivore diet, it's really not affecting me. If anything, I think it's making it better. But it's also very anti-inflammatory for my body. I've said it in the past in my previous videos. If you guys want to go ahead and watch it, I have completely put my asthma into remission on this diet. I've had asthma since I was 5 years old. I'm 32 now. It's gone. Where to go? You know? But that being said, you can absolutely do a caloric deficit with carbs if that works better for you. If you find that, you know, it's not causing any bloating issues or any inflammation. Less inflammation is better, right? But what matters is being consistent. This is gonna matter the most, guys. Staying consistent on a daily basis when you're tracking your calories throughout the week. Okay, you're gonna see way more improvements doing it that way. All right, so, but if you're plateauing and you've lost some water weight cutting carbs and now you're stuck, it's probably because you're not actually in a deficit anymore. A lot of people get excited when they start losing weight in the beginning, okay? Especially on this carnivore diet. They're like, well, I lost a bunch of weight. I didn't track my calories. Yeah, you probably lost a lot of water weight. Maybe you did lose a little bit of body fat. That's okay, but, you know, now you're stuck. Now it's time to do something about it. We can't just stay stuck here in this position for, you know, months on end. We got to keep going, you know? So tracking your calories is going to totally fix that problem. But here's the crazy part. I haven't even been going to the gym in like 3 months, guys, and I'm still dropping about 2 pounds a week. And that's why I'm using this as an example, because that is how powerful calorie tracking is. All right, I haven't hit the gym, guys. I'm still losing weight, and I'm not losing muscle, obviously, because my protein is high on this diet. It's maintaining muscle mass. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe in lifting weights and building muscle long term. I got about 14 years under my belt, so I'm sure that's helping me out. But right now, even without training, the deficit is still working, and that just shows how much diet really drives fat loss. All right, so if you're stuck in this state where it's like, oh well, I might as well not even try or start because I can't afford a gym membership, or I don't have time to go to the gym. No, guys, forget that. All right, forget that. 95% of it is going to be, honestly, I think I want to say all of it is going to be the diet. I mean, I'm just walking. That's all I'm doing. I'm walking. I picked up Uber Eats on the side, and I'm walking, and that's all I'm doing. So get your steps in, get your diet right, and you're going to lose the body fat. But we got to be as accurate as we can by tracking these calories. All right. But so what does a day-to-day, full day eating look like for me right now? I'm going to get better at these videos. I promise, guys. I'm new to this. But I'm just going to walk through what I've been doing. I'm eating around 2 to 3 meals a day, depending on my schedule. You know, sometimes I'm a little bit busier, so it'll go down to 2. My main source of food is going to be 90-10 ground beef. 90-10 ground beef. It's a little bit higher in protein, a little bit less fat. All right, there's still fat in there though. All right. Sometimes I will swap in eggs to cut down on costs, because I'm in Canada right now, and the prices are ridiculous. So, you know, some days I got to throw in some eggs, and that's fine. I love eggs. But I'm drinking about 4 liters of water a day. Drinking, you know, if I'm thirsty, I'm drinking. But I'm up to about 4 liters of water, and I'm averaging around 12 grams of salt, which is getting me to around 5,000 milligrams of sodium in my diet a day. But if you're serious about tracking, you're going to need a food scale. All right, you're going to need a food scale. You can get this like $20 at Walmart. I think it's like $20. All right, it's going to cost you $20 to lose over 30 pounds like me. Insane. No personal trainer needed. They can get costly, even though they do help. Eyeballing portions, it just doesn't work. Accuracy is going to be everything and key when you're in this weight loss journey. All right, we got to be as accurate as possible. Stop playing the guessing game. But we have to remember, you know, excess body fat, this is not about just physical appearance, guys. It's one of the biggest drivers of chronic disease, diabetes, heart disease, strokes, cancer, insulin resistance, leptin resistance, and all of it. So, yeah, aesthetically, you know, we could talk aesthetically how cool it would be to have 6-pack abs and all that. But guys, the extra body fat is toxic. You know, that's where the healing's coming from. With all these diets, You know, the bigger picture here is the healing is coming from the decrease in excess body fat that's happening. All right, you're healing yourself by doing that, by losing weight and getting yourself back into healthy body fat ranges, so that your body can work properly again, and your system is up and it's working more efficiently. You know, you're curing that insulin resistance, you're curing that leptin resistance. Your system works way better that way. All right. So you're doing your body some favors by doing that. But that's why this matters, guys. So, you know, if you're going to put in all this effort to heal your body, go all the way. Don't just stop halfway. You know, a lot of people are halfway right now. That extra body fat, that extra belly fat doesn't need to be there. And if you're staying consistent, you can get back to where you were in freaking high school, or even better. How cool would that be? It can happen. Don't think that it can't. You got to get that out of your mind. It can happen. Guys, look how much weight I lost. All right. It's tough. It's hard. All right. It isn't easy, especially the last little bit, the stubborn pounds, but it is totally possible. I am living proof. There's many people out there that are living proof as well. Even bigger success stories than myself. All right. So stay smart, track your calories, and don't quit. The deficit isn't going to be forever. On the other side of this, there is a healthier, leaner, stronger version of you just waiting to come out. So keep pushing through. It's tough, but I'm telling you guys, it is going to be worth it. Let's go. Let's get it. All right? The body is there for you. It's waiting. But if you found this video helpful, make sure, please guys, to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and drop your questions in the comments. I want to hear what's going on. Are you guys on this carnivore diet? Are you on a weight loss journey? Are you finding these videos helpful? I hope so. But just hearing success stories, it just puts everybody in a positive mood. Let's build a community together. Let's get through this together. I know it's tough. I know it's a hard journey, but we're all in this together, all right? But if you guys found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. And until the next update, wish me luck. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.